Hello my friends, my name is Ryan Freeman. Thank you for coming to my life here in Nigh City, Taiwan, where I work as a public school English teacher. Today is just a random update. I want to talk about some of the stuff you can expect to happen towards the end of the school year. For example, we recently had a retirement party for a man in my office, a man who had served the school for a long time is saying farewell. So our office staff put together a nice little lunch, some music, and I asked the retiree, I said, hey, I don't actually know his name. He's the same guy that I had a problem with a few months ago about desk space, and he was burping all the time. But since then, we've become friends, and, well, not friends, but friendly. He doesn't speak much English. His job isn't really related to me, so we just never really got to know each other. But I was able to wish him a nice gongxi, which is like congratulations, and asked him if he was happy. I said, I hope you'll be happy next year, in Chinese. And he said, I gotta be happy every day. So there's retirements. And then also, a few weeks ago, the junior high school students, the grade 3 students, they're equivalent to 9th grade in America. That's the age they are. Because remember, junior high school in Taiwan is 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. So 9th graders finish their high school entrance examination, and since then, the whole feeling of the campus has changed. You're likely to experience this at the end of May, after they take their high school entrance examination, which they have been working so hard, being goaded by their homeroom teacher, being goaded by the entire school, to do as well as possible, because it does matter for their future, right? If you go to a good high school, you're likely to go on to a better university and then get a better job. And if you get a better job, you got more money. And if you got more money, you might find a more beautiful wife. No, just kidding, but that is often true. It's not only important for their personal future, but the school's future as well, right? Because parents have a lot of power these days, because there's not so many students in Taiwan, and these schools compete for students, and they compete with their reputation. And one of the biggest parts of the reputation is the test scores that their students deliver. So there's a lot of stress before that exam, but after, it's a lot more peaceful. So whenever I walk past the 9th grade classes, I see them playing cards, sleeping, walking around, drinking tea, often going on little excursions, so they're pretty chill. And they will have a graduation ceremony in 11 days from now. So, and then after that, they're not even on campus. They will not be on campus for the last 2 to 3 weeks of the school year, which means I'll have less classes and less students. So the school year winds down, and like club classes and like after school enrichment classes will start to disappear in 2 to 3 weeks, and then summer camp is right around the corner, and then it's summer vacation and you're off. So even though we have about a month, I have about a month left of work, things are winding down. I can feel it. Later on this week, I will be doing a special, like a pub quiz, but for the 9th graders, sort of a graduation quiz in front of the whole school for donuts and milk and all of that kind of stuff, which will be fun because, you know, as I've often said on this channel, I don't actually do a lot of work, okay? So like today, I had 3 PE classes. The first PE class, and in these PE classes, I just spent a few minutes warming them up, stretching them out. I enjoy this part of the day. I try to make it enjoyable for the students, and then partly because I'm recovering from a shoulder surgery, and partly because my co-teachers who are actual PE teachers have just taken the lead this year, 98% of the time. I am free to join in or not join in, you know. And if I can't join in because of my shoulder, then I just, you know, sit on the sidelines and read my book or go scroll through Reddit or study Chinese. But today I got to play a little dodgeball, that is dodgeball with a frisbee, and yeah, I read a lot of Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, which I'm absolutely crazy about. I started this novel after my friend Sean, who's an English teacher in Japan, started reading it, said he loved it, so I jumped on board, and I'm crazy about it. I'm absolutely glued to it. Yeah, so lots of reading. I'm shopping for a computer. I have been using the same Dell Inspiron for the last 8 years. It's sort of a gaming laptop, which transformed into a desktop because the keyboard stopped working and the screen stopped working years ago, but it has been a nice desktop for me for the past few years. It was a laptop before that, but Windows 11 I won't be able to run away from it later on this year, and I have found that if I'm editing 4K video, that this laptop really struggles. And so I will be looking to buy a new laptop. And now if you're buying a laptop, Taiwan's a great place, right? They make a lot of the chips here. They got Asus here. But prices have tended to be better to get more bang for your buck buying in America. However, I've heard of people having issues with international warranties, and perhaps the international warranty for your computer may not last as long as the local warranty. So I recently went to a computer store, computer centers in Nigh, and then another one, a big chain one called Nova, which you will find in a lot of the big cities, and asked them about warranties, and they would say you can get a 2-year for an Asus, you can extend that up to a 3-year if you register online, but the international is only 1 year. And as I've had my screen go out, keyboards go out, and I've had issues, I might opt to buy it in Taiwan, even if it ends up being more expensive, just so I have the peace of mind of a longer warranty. Haven't yet decided. I will be going back to America in July, so a little over a month from now. So I could buy it in America and then take it back here, but then worry if I take it back here and it breaks, then oh no. First of all, I hope they honor the international warranty, and then second of all, I hope it's covered by it. So haven't yet decided. I've been doing lots of research on it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've splurged on something like that, but as I mentioned in one of my recent videos about taxes, I will be getting a big tax return, and then you will get your end of the year bonus. So you get an extra month's salary as a bonus, assuming you haven't been a bad teacher. And yeah, so I'm gonna get a new computer and probably a new camera. I have had this camera for 9 years. And I have been using my phone for the walk and talks, but I was thinking about getting something a little bit better, something like the Osmo Action, something like that, to take a little bit better video, smoother video, a little more lightweight, not worried about my phone dropping. And I want to do different types of videos. Videos with the camera on the helmet, and videos of walking in the street. So I'm going to need to get a new microphone as well. And then with the new laptop, I'll be able to edit a lot of these videos, even at work, which is awesome because I'll likely have about as much downtime as I have this year, next year. And if not, even if I have more, I'll still have a lot of free time. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on in my life this June. Weather, it's hot as heck in Taiwan, humid as heck. The actual temperature might not be so high, but it is very humid today. The weather decides to rain and stop, rain and stop, rain and stop. And so I had 2 PE classes that were canceled because of rain, and the teacher decided to do health education classes. So I just went for a jog because it actually wasn't really raining. It's just the ground was wet. She was worried about the ground being wet. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to say for now. I hope you guys are having a great week. Please write any questions or comments you have down below. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. My name is Ryan. Bye-bye.